I love those Jingle bells. Oh, those holiday Jingle bells. Oh, those happy Jing.
Merry Christmas, everybody. This is Ben Bottke coming to you from Cedar Heights Drive, Cedar Falls on December 30th. It's almost New Year's, so yeah. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and Santa brought you lots of good stuff. Santa blessed me immensely, aka Mom and Dad and Grandpa. So yeah, and actually I took some of that financial prosperity and actually added it to a new friend that I've added to my family. So it's been a great Christmas for me. This is my new friend, William. He is a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, and he's about 11 weeks old, and I've had him for about 2 weeks. So yeah, he's my buddy. And so he's been growing like crazy. He will get to be about 40 pounds, I think. That's a good pose, William. Yeah, so first time on camera, do you like it? Yeah. So yeah, he's been a lot of fun. It's just me living here at the house, so it's been cool to have him here to be my friend. So yeah, I want to do a health update again, just to let you know what's been going on with me since I haven't done one for a while. But I think that's good because nothing's really changed very much, which is good. Cancer, I've been totally cancer-free for about 1.5 years. So it was like, let's see, April, like the end of April of 2014, that they eradicated all the cancer cells from me that they couldn't see anymore. And then I had a bone marrow transplant, which was just my sister's cells, which this is probably a review for all of you, but June 5th and 6th of last year was when I had that. And so the 2-year mark for that is a really important marker. Once you hit the 2-year time, it's kind of like it's a really important time where like your chances are a lot better for never seeing cancer again for the rest of your life. And then 5 years, once you hit that, you're pretty much home free. And so I think I'm home free already. I haven't seen any more red, pink dots on my skin, which was the first signal for me. And so I'm actually not even worried about that anymore. I haven't really looked at my skin much at all. I used to look at it like every time I was in the shower because that's what first showed up. And it's actually when your platelets are so low that your blood, your capillaries and whatever blood vessels start bursting and you have like little blood spots. So yeah, last time I was in Iowa City for a checkup was the beginning of December, and so I still go once a month. And when I was there, all my blood levels are still great. Yeah, my platelets are the ones I always watch, and if you remember back to when I was in the hospital, that was a big thing when I needed to get those infused or transfused into me. So all those levels are great. Liver enzymes are still very high, and so that's the graft versus host disease that I have. I actually have a disease, and so it's so I'm the host, and my sister was the graft. So she's grafted her blood system is totally in me, and so Ben Bottke's blood system no longer exists on planet Earth. And so yeah, so when I was down there. Yeah, they just checked me over. That's kind of what I do every time I'm down there. And then I get a breathing treatment that actually protects me against the most deadly pneumonia. It's called pentamidine. So I just go in this little like space capsule thing. It looks like a time machine. And I just sit in there and like puff on this pipe thing for like 20 minutes and then that's it. But along with my lungs, the only thing that's changed really is that your lungs can start showing signs from the graft versus host disease. And so they did a test on me and saw that my lung function was just a little bit lower. And so I'm going to get that tested again next time in the beginning of January. But I haven't really noticed much with my breathing. But they have put me on some stuff. I do an inhaler, and they put me on one of the common things for like breathing. I have to take 2 medicines for that. So I'm on a lot of medicines still, and that's not the greatest. So prayer requests, here they come. I would really like to get off a lot of medicines because it's killing my appetite. That's one of the things that's difficult. So I love desserts. That's kind of one of the things that is easy to eat. It's easy to eat children's cereal. I've been eating Fruity Pebbles the past week or two, and so it's been great. So I try to eat healthy, but my mouth is still very painful. So all the things I've been talking about, nothing like that's really changed much. My mouth's still painful. My skin is still painful. My hands and feet. So it makes it hard to walk sometimes, and it just kind of ebbs and flows. Like sometimes it's really difficult, and sometimes I wake up and I have a hard time walking because it's just really painful in my skin. And sometimes, like now, it's okay, which is good for Christmas time. It's been great. So I could take little William for walks and run around and stuff in the snow, and he likes to. Every time he goes out, his black face is white because he's got snow all over. So last time I was down there in Iowa City, right before my physician's assistant left, she said, "Oh yeah, your oncologist, Dr. Silverman, said that next time you're down here, she might have a new trick to try to make all your pain and all your symptoms go away. And so we'll see you later." I was like, what? So what is it? And she said, there's an IV treatment that they can give me, because basically when you have graft versus host disease, your B cells are too high, and I have no idea what that is. It's part of your blood system, I guess. My B cells are too high, and so that's what causes the friction in my body that causes all my mouth and whatever, all my pain. And so they can give me an IV treatment that actually kills some of my B cells because they're way too high. And so, yeah, so they said they were going to talk to me about it next time, like in the beginning of January. But I was like, well, if you need to check my blood to see if my B cells are in fact too high, well, can I just come down and get that done now? And they said, and actually they got the ball rolling. And so I think they basically think that the B cells are too high because that's what happens that's what causes the graft versus host disease and all of my pain and everything. So they put it through insurance, and so now it's going through insurance to see if they'll cover it. And hopefully next time I'm down there, it'll be ready for me, and they'll check my blood, I guess, just to make sure that the B cells are too high, and then send me up to the infusion suite, they call it, and just hook me up to a machine and shoot me full of killer B cells or whatever, kill the B cells. So. Yeah, so if you could pray that would all go through, and especially that this treatment would work. And I have no idea if it's like I'll have to do it once a month or whatever to like keep killing the B cells, I don't know. But that'd be great, because I would love that my mouth would feel better and be able to eat all the foods I want to eat, and be able to have more energy. That's a big thing. Fatigue has been terrible for me. I drink a lot of caffeine. Actually, I don't like to drink a lot of caffeine. I just need the stimulant. So actually, I got No-Dose. If you guys ever had that, it's basically just caffeine. So there's no difference between that and drinking coffee, other than I don't have acid in my stomach that makes my stomach hurt. And so I take 2 No-Dose as part of my medicine regimen now. It's just in the morning I just pop them in. And so yeah, I don't like to make these too long because I know I don't like to watch extremely long videos, but what I also want to do eventually is make another video soon, just talking more about my life and about ministry and a job, because I actually started working again in June at Best Buy, actually July I think it was. I worked in the home theater department, and it was awesome. I loved it. And I actually, I was trying to figure out ministry, and some of my friends moved down to Kansas City, and there's a young church down there called the Boiler Room. They actually just renamed it, but I was excited about being a part of it, and also there was a Best Buy that I got a job at down there, actually as a Magnolia. Actually, it's the Best Buy is like higher end audio and visual stuff, which I've been interested in, like hi-fi, high quality audio forever, because the Lord's blessed me with really good ears. And so I'm actually sitting in my studio here. I got my microphones and everything, and I got my headphones and everything. So I've been wanting to record, but again, I just had so much fatigue. So pray against fatigue, no more fatigue, and passion and inspiration and all that motivation. I need all that stuff. And so this little guy is my motivation right now. He gets me up all the time. I got to take him outside and all that stuff. So it's been great. Yeah, so I tried to move down to Kansas City actually in September, and when I went down there, I just took some clothes in my car, packed my car up, and and there was a conference that I went to over the weekend at that church, and when I was there at the conference, it just really didn't feel like what I was really looking for. I didn't really connect with the people at the small group thing I was at in the conference, and so just wasn't where I was at. And also the house that I was going to move into, they hadn't had anybody live in their downstairs apartment for a while, so they were still kind of getting things ready, and so I just didn't feel at peace when I was down there. So I actually came back after that weekend, came back and just kind of felt like it's better for me just to stick around Iowa. Actually, my insurance was difficult too because to transfer it to Missouri is kind of a difficult process, and so we couldn't quite get that to work either. So I'm back here. I haven't been working since September, and so I would like to. That's kind of one of my goals now that I've got kind of my life back in order, back established here, and I got my buddy here. And so you could pray for that I could get a job going. So I'd like to do that, but especially ministry. And I know that right now I'm probably not going to be making money doing ministry, but that's one of the things I'd really like to do. And so that's the next video I'm going to make for you guys, to talk just about where my heart's at, and kind of because I've done ministry for about 10 years. The first thing I did was a year-long mission trip as a traveling youth music ministry. I played electric guitar and sang, and we actually went to Germany. It was pretty fun. But since then, I've grown and learned a lot, and so that's where my heart's at. Yeah, so here's just a little point, since I've already gone long. One of the things I've kind of figured out is there's like 10 to 12,000 college students here, and most of those are millennials. And so millennial kids are age 30 and below, till like age 12, so like actually age of accountability or whatever. And there's a statistic from the Barna group that does tons of statistical whatever stuff, and over half of those millennials that once they get to college don't have anything to do with the church anymore. They don't go to church. They don't do any kind of organized Christianity stuff. They just don't think it's relevant or whatever. And I feel like that kind of makes sense to me, because I've been kind of a guy that's been thinking out of the box and doing things different for a long time. It's just kind of the way I'm wired up. And so if you think about it, it's not that it's not half of these, 50% of these kids that don't go to church anymore don't love Jesus or aren't Christians. It's just that they don't see that going to church or being involved in it really is encouraging them at all. And so I think that would be something I could be involved in, starting something like that. So I'll be explaining more about that in the next video. Until next time, hopefully I'll make another video once I kind of figure out about that treatment and what it can possibly do for my symptoms. And so, yeah, I love you guys for praying for me. And again, I hope holidays are great for you. Have a good New Year's. Don't get it too out of control and crazy. Yeah, this is Ben William signing out for now. And hopefully once I figure out about that treatment, I'll let you know. All right, see you guys.